Hey guys, it's Joe, and I'm back with part 5 of my free mini course on how to set up PBNs. With this very short session, what I'd like to do is talk about that brief period of time after you've purchased your new domain name, well, your new old domain name, right? And when you install and configure WordPress. And in this little bit of space here, some of the moves that you make are of, of really paramount importance. Okay, Google has basically two ways of uncovering your plan if you're a PBN mini site maker. The first is really bad content, which we'll talk about in a bit, and the second is a sloppy setup, which we're going to discuss right now. First, buy with WHOIS privacy protection. Once you're in there, change your name and email address. Leave an accurate physical address within WHOIS, but make sure that you change your name and email address. And I'm going to give you an idea a little bit later. I don't want to get the lessons out of whack, but we'll circle back around in the next lesson, and I'll give you some idea of what to put in there. And second, choose an SEO friendly host if it fits within your budget. I have been a SEMeasy member now for probably three months or so, and I believe in their suggestion, which we'll talk about in number 3 here, to use Cloudflare as basically your buffer or cushion against Google discovering your network. But I don't think it hurts to use some overkill. And I wake up, I have the fear that I'll wake up some morning and find out that Google's purchased Cloudflare, and I'm going to have a ton of work to make sure they never discover that I've got hundreds of mini sites out there, um, all set up just using Cloudflare as my only protection. So if you can find an SEO friendly host, one that provides extra IP addresses, custom name servers, all those kinds of things, I believe that you help yourself greatly. But I do think the third item here, using a content delivery network like Cloudflare is important for a number of reasons. One is that it will cache your site for speed, and for those of you who've used most any of the shared or reseller hosts out there, you probably have had some experience with what amounts to a slow loading site. It doesn't take very many plugins or an intense theme before things begin to really start to slow up. I've noticed it with sliders like Revolution Slider and some of the other plugins that I've come to rely on for the aesthetics of the website, that when they load they can take some time, which is kind of frustrating. The other thing I think that they do better than these shared or reseller accounts is provide the denial of service account, denial of service protection, which is so vital. If somebody's going to go after your website, they're going to wind up having to go after Cloudflare, and I think you'll have a lot better luck staying up or coming back up than you would if you were basically functioning on your own. And of course, the SEMeasy declared benefit, which I completely agree with, is that this allows you to present Cloudflare's DNS to the outside world, which, if that's where Google's ability to look at your involvement stops, then you're in great shape. So anyway, on our next lesson, we're going to talk about that period of time where you're ready to start up WordPress, or let's say that your platform of choice. I'm going to teach from a WordPress standpoint, and we'll see how that turns out. Thanks for watching.